Oh, whoa. It's hot out there, y'all. It's too hot for a long introduction. It's too hot for a long prayer. It's too hot. It's too hot. We've been asking God for the warm weather, and now I'm like, reverse it, Lord, reverse it. I'm already menopausal. I don't normally have my arms out like this, but it's hot. When it's hot outside, and you know you're a big girl, you got floppy arms, you don't even care what people say. You don't even care what folks think. It's hot, okay? And my sunroof been jacked up. I had to jimmy rig it because it was having too much heat come in. My phone was malfunctioning because the sunlight was on it. It's hot. I'm grateful, Lord, but let's compromise. 98 degrees is Hades. Okay? You better get your life right. You better get y'all look, that's the online church mother coming out. You better get your life right because it's hot. And as a plus-sized woman, and proud to be, this is my third shower. I've taken my third shower. I done washed my little naps 3 times today with some good soapy water. Massaged it and asked the Lord to enlarge my territory. Thank God for my turbans. Where's my sister's name that makes these good turbans? Lord, I got to find her name. Natasha Pope. I'm going to tag you, sister, because I thank the Lord for these pre-made, pre-wrapped turbans, okay? Because I am not putting on no wiglet when it's 99 degrees out here. I'm just not going to do it. I will say I have enjoyed giving myself a wonderful extra attention to my hair. I do have hair under here. And I'm massaging it and I'm praying, Lord, grow my naps. I'm going to give me a cold oil treatment. It's too hot for a hot oil treatment. It's too hot. But I thank God for these. I still feel cute. I'm going to church tonight with my business to Pentecostal Temple. And I'm going to be there for the next 3 days. If y'all in the Westland area, I'll post the address. Come and get some of these good pieces. Shop and have a good time with the Lord. Okay? So I'm just coming on to say hello, catch you up on some announcements. And that's it. Are y'all drinking y'all water? Say hello to me as y'all come in here. Are y'all drinking y'all water? I got a new water bottle, courtesy of my mama. Because I was trying to be all fanciful and put the little cherry juice, tart cherry juice, the health information, pineapples, and make it some kind of exotic drink. It's too hot. You need pure, unadulterated ice water when it's hot like this. Don't get fancy. Don't have your stomach all messed up. If you like me and you drive kids around, you can't be out here with your stomach curdling, okay? Unless you got a porta potty in your trunk, all right? So good afternoon, good Wednesday afternoon, hump day, middle of the week, checking in, how you all doing? Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how your mentals are. This is our Critical Conversations community, staying connected. And just checking in. Last Saturday, Andrew Griffin's locker room experience was phenomenal. If you missed it, I hope that you are at the next one, which is July 10th, 6:30 to 8:30. Now, make sure that flyer is made available to you. If you don't know who Andrew Griffin is, that means you have not been watching CCN. He is my monthly guest. He is a motivational speaker, confidence strategist, musician, father, entrepreneur, husband, and he is doing the Locker Room series monthly, I believe, perhaps monthly. The last one was Saturday. The next one is July 10th. So 1 month from today is the next one. It's a Friday next month. It is, I believe, $40 per person, and it's worth every dime. The information that we received on Saturday, I will never be the same. I took some notes, confidence building, and just getting a chance to review your elevator pitch, talk about what you want to do as far as your business. Is an intimate setting. So if you want to get in it, get in it. Let's go. Let's go. So I want to invite you also. Tomorrow will be the debut of the Let Me Tell You Something podcast with Leonard Reed, our newest family member. We're going to go live about 11:30. I had to switch it up because I'll be at church all week. And then I'll probably restream it at 7 for those who are at work. So his show is old school wisdom with the new school reality. He is going to be talking about his physical health journey. It is Men's Health Month. Why don't men like to go to the doctor? I'm saying you gotta like it, but why don't you do it if you know you have to? Why do men wait until things are going haywire? Your sugar diabetes is up and now you gotta have different things going on. Why do you feel as men it's not worth going to the doctor regularly to be checked up? Let's talk about that. What about when it comes to men's mental health? A lot of pressure can be on our brothers sometimes to go out there and make things happen. And I'm not saying y'all shouldn't go out there, but we all out here making things happen. But sometimes the brothers get an extra level of pressure. And if you don't have a community, if you don't have a therapist, if you don't have Jesus, the very Christ, at least one disciple that you can talk to relieve some of this pressure, then we got a problem. If you notice on social media, you are seeing situations where the brothers cannot accept from a woman, I no longer want to be with you, and people are becoming unalived because they want to bow out of a relationship. I had to apologize on my post for sharing a video, and I normally don't do that, and I don't know what I was thinking, but there was a video of a young lady that was being stomped by a man. I didn't even know it was local. I saw it and it just touched me, and I didn't share it to embarrass her. I shared it for awareness. I wanted the man to be apprehended, for one, and for two, I wanted to ask, since when is it okay for men to beat on women? And then you're going to do it in public. So not only are you hurting me physically, you are humiliating me in front of people and maybe even in front of my children. Kristen Powers, hello, welcome. Men's mental health, sister. I just saw something online yesterday that happened in Livonia. A man opened fire and 4 people were unalived, and they think it was a mental health crisis. What is this? Something is happening. There's triggers somewhere. There is something that is making our brothers feel as though there's no other way than violence, and people are losing their lives over what should be a conversation. Or if you feel that enraged, walk away. Take yourself to a hospital, check yourself into some type of program. I don't know what this is, what this rage is. I can speak from my experiences with people that there are brothers out there that have been so hurt, so wounded as children. I was watching the Earth, Wind, and Fire documentary. Do you know Maurice White's mother abandoned him before he was 5? She said, I can no longer take care of you. She jumped on a train to Chicago and left another community citizen to raise her son. I don't want to judge her. That's your baby. Can you imagine a little 4.5-year-old son looking at his mama's back, walking away from him to go live a life somewhere else? I just can't imagine. I know times get hard. And I know even back then, they probably were even harder. But she was able to go to Chicago, got married, and had 5 other kids, and then sent for him again. But he never forgot that abandonment, that rejection. He never forgot that. So as he was going through the motions of creating one of the greatest bands to ever exist, he never got married. Well, I don't say he never got married, but this one lady he did not want to marry. He had issues with commitment. And he felt that everyone was going to walk out on him. This stuff don't just go away. You got to deal with it. Kristen Power says mental health is not talked about in our community because it's been made a stigma. We've put stigma on it from the religious fanatics, y'all Gargamel spirits, saying, well, you know, if you know Jesus, you ought not have mental health problems. Are you serious? That's right. We were told what goes on in the house stays in the house. Let me dispel that. Lies. Because guess what? Unless you're going to stay in the house, that stuff goes outside. Everything that happened in my home as a child, I remember. And it's no shade to my parents. Thank you, parents. Rest in peace to my stepdad who loved me as his own. But I remember the arguments. I remember because the walls ain't that thick in these houses. Kids can't say nothing, but they are inhaling what y'all saying. They are hearing it. If it's tension in the marriage, tension in the home, money woes, whatever y'all think y'all had from kids, y'all ain't had it. And many children are seeing domestic violence. Many of our young men have had to become the man of the house and help take care of the other siblings. So when these men grow up and become adults, if they haven't dealt with the trauma, if they haven't dealt with the triggers, see, women, we talk about it more and we can even do better, ladies. But our brothers have been taught to never cry, to not show emotion. We have attached men emotions with femininity. Are you a punk? Don't be crying. And I say this all the time. 2 kids on a bike, a boy and a girl, both of them fall off the bike. The little girl is going to get, oh, little Susie, come here, baby. Let me help you. The boy going to get, boy, get up. I don't care if your bones sticking out the skin. Boy, get up. Don't you dare cry. You a boy. You a man. Toughen up. Man up. Why? He's just as broken as she is. So why does he get shut up and don't cry? And why does the girl get, oh, come here, honey? That's part of the problem to me. Kristen Power said some of our grandparents inherited generational trauma and didn't even know it. And because of it, it's been literally passed down through generations. Don't you know? And I say this when I go to the doctor and they ask you, does your family have a history of this, and this? I say, yep, undiagnosed. Yep, we probably all got a little bit of that, and a teaspoon of that. Yes, honey. Because some of our grandparents didn't even tell our parents what happened to them, which means our parents didn't tell us what happened to them. And things have happened, violations, rapes, molestations, incest in these families, and people are holding it in. And what is it doing? Becoming like a bacteria and a fungus and toxicity, and now we're coming outward with it, and it's showing up as violence. It's inside of us, festering, and we taking time bombs because we ain't talking about it, and we passing it on like they ain't on COVID-19. Come on. And we in relationships with each other, and we both got trauma. Let me be very, very transparent, and I ain't gonna say too much. 2 people who've been traumatized and have not dealt with their pain. You get married, you can have on your tuxedo, you can have on the most beautiful wedding dress. Guess what's coming down that aisle with you? All them bags. Bag lady, bag man, you gonna miss your bus, dragging on those bags like that. Let me tell you, the baggage came down the aisle with us. And my face was beat to the gods. I had on my princess outlook. I felt beautiful. But baby, every abandonment moment, every rejection moment, missing my real dad. Come on. And by then, my stepdad was gone. All the grief that I hadn't dealt with marched right down the aisle and did the reception entrance dance with us. So, yep, today I am divorced. And today we are both separately dealing with our trauma. I can't blame all of that on him. And I can't blame all that on me. But what I will say, if I knew then what I know now, I would have waited. I would have dealt with it in a spiritual way and a clinical way. Y'all put in the chat hashtag Jesus and therapy. A biggie size for me. They go together. Okay. One of my sisters gave me a little bitty African American Jesus. Honey, he rides in a car with me. When he fall out in the window, I fall out. Oh Lord Jesus, stand up. It's been hot. My little Jesus is hot. That little white robe is probably sweaty. But we got to get to a point where how are we going to foster good relationships if we both so full of baggage and then we don't want to talk to each other? Christian Powers, baby. Jesus and therapy, biggie size for me. I am unapologetic about it. Okay? And it's not even about therapy because something is wrong all the time. You need preventative maintenance for life. Every African American probably need a therapist. 40 acres, a mule, and a therapist, please. Orange Man. Reparations, put some therapy in my reparations. Okay? Because we don't know what we don't know. We don't realize, we just talked about all this trauma that's been in the fibers of our lineage that we don't know about. We up against, the Bible talks about, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, principalities, rulers of darkness, spirits. We wrestling with these spirits, these pedophile spirits, these incest spirits, these murdering spirits. And we ain't talking about it. The Christian community is horrible at this. Every church need to have a therapist, need to have some small group sessions, men's groups, women's groups, kids groups, married groups, singles groups. I went to a wonderful church that had these small group moments before service through the week, and we connected on a whole nother level. We really do need each other. Life is difficult by itself, and some of us are dealing with trauma we don't even know about. Parents, talk to your kids. So when I go to the doctor, I don't know what all my family history is. Nobody is telling nobody that people unlike themselves in our lineage back in the 1930s. And nobody is saying that there's a history of fibromyalgia or cancer or endometriosis so we can be praying against. Nobody is preventative maintenance, but how do I know what I'm preventing? How do I know? I feel like we gotta talk and not be embarrassed. And don't you dare, you spiritual Gargamel fanatics. You just gotta trust God. And I do. But guess what? We ain't at the gate yet. Okay? We still on this whole earth. And while we on this earth, earthly things is happening. Human things is coming up against us. So the more we have awareness, the more we have information, then I think we can do better. My sister says, yes, I grew up in a multi-generational household, but a lot of things weren't discussed. I want us to change that. I have a lot of conversation with my daughter. It's not always comfortable. Matter of fact, it ain't hardly ever comfortable. But I need her to understand I have made some mistakes in my life. She's not a mistake. I was not married when she was conceived, but she's not a mistake. But I did make some decisions with some dealing with folks I probably shouldn't have. But she's my gift. I talk to her about stuff. If I'm gonna preach abstinence to her, how I'm gonna explain how she got here. And I wasn't married. So I'm honest. Yep, your mama messed up, but you're not a mistake. You are an adult, but I would rather you do this the biblical way. But if you feel you must, use contraception. I would rather you go down the wonderful, happy path of life. But guess what? These children don't always do that. So instead of just talking about abstinence, we're going to talk about STDs. We're going to talk about condoms. We're going to talk about real stuff. Okay? Yeah. So tomorrow we're going live. Leonard Reed's podcast starts tomorrow. He is going to be talking about his health journey. He's an old school kind of guy. I know you're going to enjoy it. I am so excited. My sister said, same. I make a priority to talk to my daughter about a lot of things. It's not comfortable, but listen, hashtag not comfortable, but so necessary. I would rather it be uncomfortable. I'd rather her get mad at me than to not have the information, because she gonna understand one day. Now, when I was growing up, we didn't have these talks. The streets taught us, and that's the problem. That's why at 14 my boyfriend was in his 40s, because the streets was left to teach me about sex. Baby, if you don't teach your child, some predator gonna teach them. And you wonder why we have so many young people missing. When I see a young lady missing on Facebook, I'm like, Lord, I start praying. I think about me, and I'm like, what predator then got in her DMs saying I'm a child like you, meet me at the liquor store, and now she disappeared? It hurts my spirit. We gotta talk. Do you know where your children are? Do you know who they're around? Do you know that because our self-esteem was so low, that predator was able to convince me that me being 14 and him being 40 was okay? That is okay. That's okay. But also because I have been inappropriately touched by my first stepfather, a part of me said, well, maybe it is okay. So trauma, molestation, rape, and things like that distorts a child's sexuality, distorts how they see sexuality, distorts what's right, what's wrong. You get confused. You don't know if this touching is right or wrong because everybody is touching me. Come on. Women, stop bringing your kids around just any old dude. Y'all bringing in people that's been touching on other folks' kids. Come on. It can't be that you choose these men over your child just to say you got a body in your bed. We gotta be better than that. We gotta be better. What makes a man even want to touch a kid? What happened to him? What happened to that dude that got killed in jail that impregnated the little girl? What happened to him that even made him like that? Stuff is happening to our brothers and ain't nobody saying nothing. And now he gone. Because when you hit the jail, those jail people do not play when it comes to child molesters. And I don't wish death on nobody. But when they found out what that man had done to that little girl, he could have just left her alive and just turned himself in for impregnating her. But no, you had to unlife her. The mental capacity of people is coming in question a lot. And we got to talk. I need you all to get therapy. We need it, all of us. Just to make sure we good on a daily basis, y'all. For real. Because folks is snapping. Folks is going in McDonald's and they unlifing people because their order is wrong. We got some major disconnects in mental health. But this is men's mental health. So I need you all to make sure tomorrow at 11:30 or tomorrow at 7, tap in. Because we're going to talk about men's health, men's physical health checkups, regular checkups. If you're on medication, take your medication. If you're looking for a more holistic way to do it, talk to your physician. Because I'm looking for that too. Because all medications, they cause other things to fly off the handle. Then you got to have a pill for that. And then a pill for the side effects. Now you went from having one thing wrong to 8 things wrong because the medication's causing stuff. We got to pray. Jesus and therapy, biggie size for me. I'm telling you, mental health is so critical. Even on the street and driving, people are driving so erratically and running each other down and trying to make each other hit each other and having arguments and pulling out weapons. We are ticking time bombs and something is happening in our minds and we got to start praying and talking. Therapy should not have a stigma. Don't let anybody tell you you shouldn't see a therapist because you saved. That's a Gargamel spirit. That's a Gargamel Dungeons and Dragons spirit. And I'm calling it out. Lies. It takes a strong person to say, I need help. What I'm feeling in my mind, what I'm feeling in my thoughts is not normal, it's not right. And before I do something that's going to harm me or somebody else, help me. Help me, Jesus. Help me, therapist. Help me, hospital. If it gets to that point, go to the hospital. But to have these standoffs and shootouts and things happening because of a breakup, no. Everyone deserves to say, I no longer want to be a part of this relationship. And they shouldn't have to be unlived because of that decision. If it's over, it's over. Your life ain't got to be over because a woman walks away. Because she could be walking away because you violent. You can't expect a woman to stick around with you and you hitting on her and beating on her kids and touching on her kids. No. So when I saw the video of the young man stomping this young lady, what in the world could she have done to deserve that? Nothing. I don't care if she cussed you out, took your french fries. It don't matter. Walk away, sir. Walk away, sir. And then y'all want to record it and not help her? And I hear men in the background, but y'all want to record it for likes and hearts and content. That's somebody's daughter, mama, auntie. Come on. We got to do better than that. Forget the content. Now, if it's going to be used for the police, yes. But I shared it and it came to my attention that the person, I know someone who knows them. I was not trying to embarrass them. It was simply for awareness. I'm tired of seeing this. I'm tired. Brothers, what's going on in y'all head that y'all can't take a breakup no more? Did, like Maurice White from Earth, Wind, and Fire, did y'all mama walk out on you? Did y'all dad never show up for you? And now you feel in your mind, every person, every woman who want to leave you, you got to beat her? People have a right to walk away from you and not be beat or unlived. What's going on in your mind? We're going to talk about that. My sister says we live in a day and age where people will record and walk away. That's the problem. And blame the victim. Well, she must have did something to deserve that. No, I don't care what she did. When I was growing up, they said boys don't hit girls, period. Go tell the teacher, go run and tell whoever. But the day that you see a grown man stomping a grown woman and she on the ground defenseless, and out of all the people there with their phones, y'all couldn't just tackle him. He didn't have a weapon in his hand. He was just kicking her, like stomping. Y'all could not rally around and manhandle him down and call the police. Y'all rather get just film it and share. So I did apologize. Now I got a text saying, well, I don't think you should have took it down. I think you did it for the right reasons. I did do it for the right reasons, but I never want to hurt anybody. I could have been my sister, my relative. I'm not sharing that no more. I will talk about the video, but I don't think I will share it. Because if it was me, God forbid it was me, would I want to see that video circulated throughout the world? No. In the most vulnerable, humiliating moment of my life, I would not want to see that shared. And maybe Facebook took it down. I don't know. But I'm going to talk about it because something is happening in the minds of people that shouldn't. But I got to go. I got to get to my meeting. I love y'all. I will see you all tomorrow at 11:30. Brand new podcast. The Let Me Tell You Something podcast. Old school wisdom with a new school reality. Detroit culture, men's health, sports, current events. It's going down with Leonard Reed. I love you. Thank you, Kristen Powers. Thank you to everyone that's going to come through. Have a good evening. I got to get ready to go. Bye, y'all. Love you. Peace. Stay cool as hot. Lord Jesus.